Yes, welcome back, students. Now we are discussing in third unit, and in third unit, topics. One is the receiving filters. In that, we are going to see what is matched filter, what are correlation filters, and what is equalization and adaptive equalization. And in this, what we are going to discuss is about the matched filters. So, what is the necessity for the matched filters? So, in any communication system, our requirement is we need a high signal to noise ratio, which means the signal power or signal level is going to be high, which dominates the noise sitting over the received signal. So, for that, we need a matched filter. So, these are optimal linear filters which maximizes the signal to noise ratio in the presence of the additive stochastic noise. So, where it is going to be used commonly is in the radars, in which you are going to have a known signals, and this known signal is sent whenever there is an obstacle in front of a radar. So it is going to get hit on it and get reflected. So the reflected signal is examined for common elements of the outgoing signal. So you can see this is going to be your digital signal data available being transmitted from the transmitter end. It has got 1 1 0 1 1. So it is going to be a bipolar way of representing the signal, and it is passed on through the channel. In the channel where it is going to be additive white Gaussian noise, which means the power spectral density is uniformly distributed over all the signals sitting in the transmitted side. So such a noise we call it as additive white Gaussian noise. So it is get added up, and you are going to receive this signal at the receiver end. See, imagine this is going to be a transmitted part, and this is your noise added to the signal part. So how to retrieve your signal? So we need a matched filter. So your matched filter is capable of maximizing the signal to noise ratio, which means that you are able to remove the noise sitting on your signal, and this is going to be your signal being received. So you can see this two peaks on the positive side and one peak on the negative side, and once again two more peaks on the positive side. So what we are going to do is, to next to this you are going to have a threshold decision making device. So you are going to set a threshold level for zero line. Whenever there is a signal above the zero or some voltage level, then you assume that bit received is going to be 1, and whenever the signal falls below the threshold level, you assume it is 0. So it is going to be 1 1 0 1, because you have set a threshold. So this is the threshold line. So here these are the positive peaks. All these positive peaks are considered as 1, and there is one negative peak which is lying below this threshold or the decision making device. It is considered as 0. So this is how your matched filter is followed by a decision making device, where you are going to have a sampling circuit, after that a decision circuit which decides what is received. So what was transmitted was reconstructed at the receiver end. So what you do actually is, you are going to detect a pulse in the presence of the additive noise. So you are going to have a signal which is added with the additive Gaussian noise signal with the 0 mean and variance n0 by 2. It is passed through a matched filter. A matched filter is going to be unit impulse response function with h of t. You receive it as y of t, and this is sampled at uniform intervals of time. T is equal to capital T. T is going to be the symbol period. So this is going to be the sampling circuit followed by the decision circuit. So the received signal comprises of the noise. So it is nothing but it is the received signal g of t into h of t plus the white Gaussian noise into h of t. Convolution of these two things, and this is the overall signal received at the end of the matched filter. So with the help of the sampling theorem, sampling circuit, by setting the sampling, obeying the sampling theorem and all, you set the sampling rate, then you sample it and give it to your decision device and decide whether the bit received is 1 or 0. And in this, what you are going to see is one of the criteria which we measure is going to be the eta value, which is the peak pulse which decides the SNR, which is instantaneous power divided by average power. So for each and every instantaneous power of G naught of t being received, what is going to be the average power along with the noise. So this n square of t refers to the noise, which is W of t into H of t. And regarding the derivation part of the power spectral analysis of this matched filter, a PDF file will be uploaded in the Moodle. Kindly refer for the derivation. Thank you.